everyone, welcome to the channel and of course welcome to today's video. Now my 30th birthday is coming up at the speed of light. Like seriously, it's coming up so quick. It's in about a month and a half away, I want to say. So my 30th birthday is coming thick and fast, and I wanted to sort of jump on here today and maybe talk a little bit about how I've been feeling in the months leading up to my 30th birthday. I think the first thing that comes to a lot of people's minds is when it comes to 30th birthdays, like, oh my God, midlife crisis. The whole midlife crisis thing starts to sort of, people start saying to you like, are you okay? Kind of thing, you know. I've had my mom and my nan sort of come up to me and say, oh my gosh, Danny, you're turning 30-year-old this year. How do you feel? And I never really know how to answer the question because a lot of stuff has been going on in my head, but I've not really voiced my actual opinions on it per se, really. So I thought this would be a cool little interesting video, I suppose, because everybody tackles the 30th birthday and turning 30 in a very different way, and everyone has very different feelings about it. Some people are really kind of excited, some people don't really think much of it at all either way, and then other people are like dreading turning 30. I may have possibly, when I turned 30, lived half of my life, and of course that's not necessarily true. That's just something that kind of gets put on you at 30 years old, like you may have already lived half your life, how do you feel? But obviously there's plenty of people who live on past their 60s, into their 70s, 80s and even 90s. People are now living longer than ever. I have sort of realised a change in my mindset with a lot of things in the months so far leading up to my 30th. That I thought were kind of interesting to talk about. Like, I don't feel particularly excited to turn 30, but I'm not dreading it either. I'm kind of in this really weird middle ground at the moment. I've been feeling a lot of nostalgia towards my childhood, towards my youth. And I've very much been sort of reliving moments of my life from my childhood, my previous years. And that's, I mean, I reminisce a lot in general, but I think leading up to my 30th, it's definitely gotten a lot worse and a lot more frequent. And that's really nice, but I also try not to dwell on it too much. I think it's important when you're hitting like a big milestone birthday to acknowledge your past. But I don't want to dwell on it too much because I want to also look forward to the future. Like, I've been replaying in my head, like, my childhood video games that I used to play, you know, different consoles that I had over the years, the music that I listened to, the media that I consumed during that time, you know, TV shows, films, stuff like that. I've been thinking a lot of that and different memories over the years of like going to Blackpool Pleasure Beach over the years with my family and stuff like that. I think the reason I feel so like nostalgic not only is because I'm turning 30 and of course it's a big age, but I'm talking about it in general because like I have a 4-year-old daughter, for those of you who don't know, and she just started school in September, and literally, I don't know what it is, but since I've had my daughter Ellie, when a big milestone hits for her, especially things like going to school for the first time, I automatically kind of think back to what I was like at that age. Like, I've been asking my mum, like, well, what was I like at Ellie's age? What was I like starting school, like on my first day? Your mind sort of, or mine does anyway, automatically sort of shifts back to like my own childhood and my own youth as Ellie is kind of going through the early years of her life and those big milestones as well. I feel like obviously the fact I'm turning 30 is like a big kind of deal in my brain right now, but I also think it's just because I have my daughter Ellie and it's like a big year for her as well. And I don't want to bring the mood down of this video too much, but my life, replaying a lot of my life in my head, has also been happening a lot since my granddad unfortunately passed away late last year. It's nearly his year anniversary of his death, and I'm just like, when you have a death so close, like a close member of the family, that really does play a role in like a change of mindset, you know. So I also maybe feel like that possibly has something to do with it as well. Like, I'm turning 30 and that's happened with my granddad and Ellie starting school. Like, it's just been a crazy time, you know. And a lot of like big things happening as well. And I don't feel like I'm having a midlife crisis at all, though. Like I said, I'm not dreading turning 30, but I'm not particularly excited for it either. I think at my age, all your birthdays just sort of, for me anyway, start to sort of roll into one. Like, you don't particularly get excited for your birthday anymore. Well, I don't, at least anyways. It's like I don't get excited for it. But yeah, my birthday has been on my mind a lot this year because like it's a big birthday. It's a big milestone birthday. My brain kind of feels a bit like mush. It's a bit all over the place. Because you do start reliving the past, but you're also like, well, for me anyway, I'm also thinking to myself, like, what does the future hold for me? And you do sort of think things through in your head, like, what does the future hold? Like, more so than ever, more so than any other milestone birthday so far, like my 16th, my 18th, you know. It's unfortunate that turning 30 has such a negative attachment, like it has negative feelings attached to it. Like I said, the whole midlife crisis thing, and like, oh, you may have lived half of your life, you know, that sort of thing. I think it's got a lot of negativity surrounding that. I don't think that's fair, because I don't feel like aging should necessarily be a negative thing. I feel like aging is just a part of life. Everyone ages and everyone gets older, and you know, it's just part of life. And I do think it's a shame it has such a negative like attachment to it, negative feeling, a negative vibe. What are my plans for my 30th birthday? Don't have any at all. Literally nothing, not a sausage, nothing planned at all. And to be honest, I actually don't think anyone's even asked me, like, what do you want to do for your birthday yet? I suppose it might still be too early. There's a level of uncertainty that I've not had in any of my previous birthdays. There's a weird level of uncertainty to my 30th of like, what does my future hold? Like, what's gonna happen next? You know, I've never felt that before, not this strongly anyway. Like I said at the start of the video, I feel like I'm in a very, very strange position where I'm in this sort of weird middle ground in terms of like my feelings towards my 30th birthday, where I'm not sure how to describe it. Naturally, my brain has been reminiscing, especially because 90s nostalgia is quite hot right now. And obviously I was born in 95, so like the whole 90s thing has been like pretty popular, like nostalgia. I feel like I'm in a very strange point in my life right now, just in a lot of different ways, and turning 30 is only added to those sorts of weird feelings of like, where do I go next? What do I do here? But I'm not daunted. I'm not scared by turning 30. But then again, on my actual birthday, I might feel different. But for now, I don't have strong feelings either way. But yeah, I just thought this video would be interesting. If you found it interesting, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. How did you feel turning 30? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.